Entrepreneur right now, and you've been running into roadblocks and figuring out how can you actually charge more for your service as you're moving your clients through their journey. You want to also make sure that you're moving along with them so you're motivated and that you can continue to give them the results that they are looking for. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to share what we do in the second tiers of building your business. So the level one entrepreneur wants to learn exactly what it'll take in order to take their client to the next level and also be able to charge exactly what their value is. So with that being said, you have to think of a couple of things before you ever want to take them on this journey. And so here's number one. First, you have to have the solution to their problem first. And with that being said, you want to always think and consider what they are actually going to have. You really crafted out and extracted what this was. So here's where most people go wrong when it comes down to knowing exactly how to actually attack the problem that their customer is dealing with. So with that being said, first of all, we're going to break down the actual tree of success and showing you how to take them on a journey that will give them, not only give them the results, but have them looking forward to the next phase of what they are going to accomplish. And instead of being resentful about having to pay more money, they're going to be more excited because they understand what comes with this. One of the key factors that people are overlooking is what type of pain are you dealing with? Are you at a point right now as a business owner that the pain isn't as bad as you think it is? You're able to do everything in the business. You're able to live a particular lifestyle. Nothing's being affected. What my research has always shown, and it's come full circle, is people, and this is a study that's been done, towards every end of the month, people ramp up their sales and their focus. They lock in, and there's always more growth towards the end of the month. Why is that? Because now it's time to pay the bills, to get measured, and the metrics all start to matter the most. But what you have to do is think about where is it that you are now and where your actual customer is. And when you can do that, that's what's going to kind of give you that diving board, the platform to get them to the next level. So this is what we call the journey. Now, how do people who are working with, whether it's in the service industry or you sell a particular product, how do you know when it's time to increase your rates and bring them a different level of value? Well, first, here's what we do. And this is what any company that's seen $1 million before has done to get there. You just don't get to that place by hoping and praying and wishing there's an actual line item in order to get you to that level. So how do you go about it? First, in the journey that we have for our people that come in, first of all, they come in, they want to learn particular skills and techniques that they could use, right? So the journey is different, but the journey is real. And from one level to the next, how you measure where they go is based upon what they actually need. Not more than what they need, not less than what they need, but what they need so that they can see clear to the next journey, right? And that's your job as the business owner, the entrepreneur. And where we go wrong is we always overlook what they are needing. We're always paying more attention to what we do and how we do it and how much more great stuff we have for them. But what we haven't done is we haven't prefaced how this is all going to look to them. And when you're able to do that, that changes everything. So when you're doing this, you got to keep these things in mind. First, here's what you do when you come into our forum. First, you come in because there's something that we've shown you that's attractive to you. So what we call this is the basics. basic skills. The skills to get you from 0 to 1. And what that does is it gives people not an overwhelming feeling, but it gives them hope. Gives them assurance that I can handle this. It's just like my ABCs. Your ABCs are all about being willing and able to say the first 3 letters of the alphabet. Even though there are 26, you don't have to worry about the other 23 because this is where you are in this journey. Once you come in and you know, and you get a test drive of the stuff that you're getting, and this relates to any of you guys who are in the world of business. Entrepreneurs, even if you're an influencer, there's only a certain particular number of people that are actually following for you and not what you say or do. People don't buy into your service because of what you do. They buy in it because of why you do it and who you are. So when that is starting to be kind of what your dashboard is, your reflections, you have to really understand that now you have to take them on what we call the journey. And the journey is, do you like what you see? Does it feel as if that this is the product that could help you to the next level? Once they're able to clearly say yes, then you go to the next facet. And so what ours is our journey says, now that you know that this works for you, maybe you're a trainer, maybe you're someone in the service industry, painting and power and pressure washing. And a person says, well, you did my gutters really good. Do you paint? And then you say, absolutely, we have a painting service. Here's exactly what that thing looks like. Now, if you're someone that's in the business of training a person, first they need to see exactly what it is that you do and what it looks like and how you manage them. And then when they do that, they get a taste of it. They say, this is exactly what I want my reflection in the mirror to be. And that is what's going to get you to that next tier. And then you offer them, sit down in what we call it a no friction conversation. This is where you stop selling or telling and start serving the purpose. And that's the thing that has to be right here. It's the effervescence of the conversation. It's not about all of the tricks and all of the slickness. It's all about what is your problem and how can we get to the bottom of it. So it's up to them to get to the level of communication that will make it very clear to you what your problem truly is. And this is why it's priceless to have an in-depth conversation with customers, because they're the ones that hold the keys to the Bentley, meaning they have a treasure chest of knowledge or information that can make your job easier. And if this is what you do in your company, then now you have the complete solution laid out once you find out what their problem is. I always want it to be clear to anyone that's in the business world. You're doing every day, you're trying your best to get more people and you're trying to get and serve higher. But the difference is you haven't taken a time, or most of the time, over 83% of business owners have not taken the time to craft out the customer experience and the journey. But you learn these things over the course of time. So when you're trying to craft it out, it looks like this. And we have it in PDF form, and we have it in video form, and we make it clear that you're on a journey that has steps to it. And when you get from one to the next, you say, now you know exactly what we do. Would you like to utilize what we do to help you grow? Or would you just like to use it for its technical aspect? 9 times out of 10, people will say, I want to see if this can serve me like I want to serve my client, and at the exact same time, I want to use the business model that you're doing it with. And that's where we get into the top trainer business. See, that business is all about now you're learning a couple of things that you've been leaving out. Things that no one has been in front of you saying to you, hey, because you're always the expert. There's not an expert above you. And that's the only knock when it comes down to entrepreneurship. There's typically that hat, you wear it all the time and no one can really address you. And therefore, the secret to all wealthy people is they all have coaches, all of them, because these are the circles that we have: seminars, clinics, workshop, exercises, live streams. All of these different individuals are following the same process: mastermind, master classes, and all of those things that keep you locked in. When you go in, you come out 5 years wiser, but you're still the same age and it's still the same week. You get what I'm saying? These are the things that most people don't have access to because you have to pay coin. Now you're on this journey right here. And the journey pretty much allows you to say to yourself, this next level of business is going to give you more structure and it's going to give you clarity on what needs to be in place in order to scale this thing to its next level. Because if you can scale what you're doing now, what will happen is more people will be interested in going to the next level. So you're thinking that you're not making more revenue because of you. But the bottom line is you have to have what we call the nail far enough in your foot. Hence is why I asked you, how painful is the money not coming in to you? Are you not able to pay all of the employees that you may or may not have? Are you being affected by your lifestyle? Are you having to shop on a bargain more? Do you find yourself having to do without? Then that's when it's a little more of a pain point. Are you able to pay your bills? I'm talking about your home, your house bills, the way of living. And that's when it starts to go deeper in the foot. And this is where you get more locked in. And this is where I see more people wanting to commit to it and they lose the fear factor. But my thing is making it clear to you that when you're operating, you have to find the solution spot and have some form of a connection to the person that you're going to do some form of a partnership with. So hopefully right now you're thinking, is this how you make more money? Yes, because the problem has to be tied to a solution in your business. And that only will allow you to get the person who has that problem in front of you. And that's marketing. So if you're in a problem situation where you're now thinking, I got a pain point and I cannot get it out of my hair. How do you get to that point where you learn all of these things? This journey starts small coin, and every problem has a different value to it. And that's what happens as you go through the ladder. You get, your problem is bigger, but the solution is also there. So scratch the board and start thinking about this when you're going into your business to structure it in a manner. You have to start doing what we call the math. If you have a $30 problem, then you're not really dealing with a problem. But we're going to break a number down so that it will make more sense to you. How much money is coming out of your company every month because of the problem that you are having? Let's just say you sell memberships and you should be getting approximately 6 to 8 new members. Let's say 10 to be an exact number. You should be getting 10 members a month or 10 contracts a month. So that's a value of $100. The thing about it is you are only bringing in no new people because 3 are coming in 3 or 4 are leaving. So churn is impacting any money you can make. So over the course of this month, you are lacking $100. So you got $100 problem. Now, if someone was to come to you and say, well, I'll tell you what, I can help you with this problem. You give me $25 and I'll take $100 problem off of your plate. And you say, oh, okay. That sounds like, that's how you got to look at it. That sounds like a pretty good idea. It's just like knowing how to run ads. You can spend $100, but it's going to make you $300, $400, $500. That's a free money press. It's just printing money. So every single day you're learning how to take an amount of money and make that amount of money turn into more money. And then the compound on top of that. We won't get into that right now. So first, your pain has to have a threshold. You have to need to feel that I got to get this problem solved. Then you do the mathematics. How much is that problem costing you every single month? And you can look at any single person that's on this feed right now, and they all have a problem that they continue to have on their plate. And that problem is more likely $100 problem that someone's offering to take it off of their plate and not only just get them that number, but surpass that. Okay, so our average turnaround for our customers is at 44%. You do and implement everything, you increase by 44%, right? So you do the math. $100 I'm losing. Over the course of a year, that's $1,200. But then as you get to another level, that number changes. Now you have a $1,000 problem and someone wants $300 for it. So do you exchange $300 to get $1,000? That's the math. You have to think about the effectiveness of what the person does. And then you have to measure that on what you've already done with them. When they were in phase 1, they showed you a particular growth that they had. You gave them structure, you gave them order, you gave them coaching to get their mindset in the right place. And so there are 7 more layers to this. But where you have to project your mindset is now to think about how big is the problem, how much is it costing you over the month, and then how much is it costing you over the year, and is it keeping you up at night? Because when you got that $1,000 problem now. So that $1,000 problem is costing you tens of thousands of dollars. That means that's never going into your account. So when you can't pay particular things, you can't increase the size of your business, you can't multiply your business, it's because that problem's sitting there like a frog. Ribbit, ribbit. And that's the solution. Pay what you have to do to get to the next level, and that's exactly how you benefit from creating this for your client. Your customers, they all need something that breaks it down to human logic. Here's $300, get rid of my $1,000 problem, and over the course of the year, that's a $3,600 problem you paid to make $12,000. It's kind of a fair exchange. So that's basic mathematics. This is how you learn how to take your customer through the journey. So this is what you do. If you want to use this formula that we did, and for those of you who've never watched us before, my name is Eric Bradley. I've written over 29 books. Book number 30 is just coming out, and it's actually going to be used in this little workshop that we're about to do. So what is that workshop going to be about? It's going to show you how to do this from top to bottom, so that you understand that there's an actual process in this
That's
thing.
what most entrepreneurs don't realize. It's not your product. It's not your platform. It's you. If you grow you a little bit at a time, compounded, and learn how to, I would say, books, audio, those were the start for me, and then events, seminars. But the absolute cheat code to accelerate your growth, coaches, mentors, masterminds. That's literally like a time machine.
Yes.
You step into that environment and you come out 3 years smarter without being 3 years older. It's the most amazing thing. And if people did not hear anything, find a coach, find somebody who has the knowledge that you have, and you don't have to go through their pain in order to be able to get it. Give them the dollars, save the time. We only have so much time.
My name is Eric A. Bradley, coach, that is. And this is all about taking your life to the next level by thinking bigger.